Hey guys, welcome to the six-pack G-code chest and triceps workout presentation. So in this presentation, we're going to focus on two muscle groups that work together to create powerful and controlled upper body pushing movements. That's the chest, which is primarily formed by the pectoralis major and the pectoralis minor, the pecs. These muscles help move the arms forward, inward, and across the body. The triceps, located along the back of the upper arm, consist of three heads and are responsible for extending the elbow. Now, every time you perform a bench press, push-up, chest press, or dip, the chest initiates much of the movement while the triceps help complete it. Now, the shoulders also assist, creating a coordinated system for generating and pushing strength. Now, training the chest and triceps together is efficient because both muscle groups are activated during the same movement patterns. Today's workout will combine compound exercises for overall strength with isolation exercises for more focused muscle development. Now, our goal is simply not to lift the heaviest weight possible. We will prioritize controlled repetitions, proper alignment, a comfortable range of motion, and consistent muscular tension. Focus on making every repetition intentional. By training with precision, you can build strength, improve upper body function, and develop a more powerful chest and arms. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into the synergistic connection. Now, the chest and triceps have a powerful working relationship. During nearly every upper body pushing movement, the pectoralis major and triceps brachii coordinate to move resistance safely and efficiently. Okay? The pectoralis major acts as a primary mover during exercises such as the bench press, push-up, and chest press. It brings the upper arms forward and toward the center of the body. At the same time, the triceps extend the forearms at the elbow, allowing the arms to straighten and complete the pressing motion. Now, pairing these muscles within the same workout makes psychological and practical sense. Compound pressing exercises already activate both areas, now allowing us to train them efficiently without repeating unnecessary movement patterns. So the chest handles much of the initial force, while the triceps provide critical assistance, particularly during the final portion of each repetition. This shared workload also supports balanced muscular development. A strong chest without strong triceps can limit pressing performance, while stronger triceps help improve stability, control, and lockout strength. Now, think of the chest as the engine that begins the pushing and the triceps as the system that finishes it. By strengthening both muscles together, we can improve overall pushing power, so developing greater upper body definition and creating more effective movement mechanics. This is why in the six-pack G-code, I like to pair chest with triceps because they're just synergistic and they go together. Okay, welcome to Essential Chest Mechanics. Now, effective chest training requires more than simply pushing weight. The angle of the exercise, the path of the arms, and the stability of the shoulder blades all influence how effectively the pectoralis major is recruited. Flat pressing movements, such as the traditional bench press, develop the chest through a horizontal pushing pattern. Incline presses slightly elevate the torso, increasing the emphasis on the upper portion of the pectoralis major, while also involving the front shoulders. Now, the bench press and incline dumbbell press are compound exercises that allow for heavier resistance and progressive strength development. Isolation exercises such as the pec deck focus more directly on bringing the upper arms toward the center of the body. This combination of pressing and fly movements creates a complete approach to chest development. It's important to understand that technique must remain the priority. Keep your shoulder blades gently pulled back and stable against the bench, okay? Squeeze the bench with your back muscles. Your shoulder blades should be squeezing together and maintain a natural arch through the upper body. Keep your wrist aligned and lower the weight through a controlled arc. Avoid allowing the shoulders to roll forward or the elbows to flare excessively. Move through the deepest, comfortable range you can control without unnecessary pain. When stability, control, and proper positioning work together, the chest receives greater muscular tension, while the shoulder joints remain protected. So it's all about protecting our shoulders and activating our chest the best to our capability. What we want to get good at during this whole process is mastering triceps isolation. Now, the triceps brachii makes up most of the muscular mass of the upper arm and contains 3 sections: the long head, lateral head, and the medial head. Although all 3 work together to extend the elbow, changing the arm's position can shift the training emphasis. Skull crushers place the arms in an elevated position and create a deep stretch through the triceps, particularly the long head. Cable pushdowns, which we'll do in this course, keep continuous tension on the muscle and allow you to focus on a strong contraction as the elbows reach full extension. Weighted dips are a compound movement that train the triceps alongside the chest and shoulders while developing overall pressing strength. Dips, not weighted dips, are what I like to warm up with, and I'll show you that in the following videos. Proper execution is essential. You want to keep the elbow stable, you want to control the lowering phase, and you want to avoid using momentum, okay, or excessive shoulder movement. During pushdowns, keep your elbows close to your sides. During skull crushers, lower the weight through a comfortable range without allowing the elbows to flare outward. You can call this pinched. You want to keep your elbows pinched together, nice and tight. And anatomically, the tricep tendons attached to the olecranon process of the ulna attaches to the olecranon process of the ulna. When the triceps contract, they pull on this structure to straighten the elbow. Using controlled extension patterns helps fully challenge the muscle, improve functional pushing strength, and create greater definition throughout the back of the upper arm. So proper execution of the triceps is what helps your arms get nice and cut and improves your strength to be able to build a bigger chest. So when building your optimal routine and building a stronger, more defined upper body, it requires a routine that is structured, measurable, and progressive. Now, the foundation is progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge placed on the muscles as they adapt. So track the weight, the repetitions, the sets, and exercise variations used throughout each training cycle. Now, progress does not always mean adding more weight. You can also perform additional repetitions. You can improve your technique, and you can increase your range of motion or slow the lowering phase of each repetition, right? So you just control the movements even more. An effective chest and triceps routine should combine compound presses with targeted isolation work. Heavy pressing exercises allow both muscle groups to work together while building overall strength. Isolation exercises then create focused tension, helping fully challenge each muscle and address potential weaknesses. Now, this balanced approach supports hypertrophy while reducing the likelihood of training plateaus. Okay? Hypertrophy is the growth of the muscle. Now, for your next workout, choose one primary compound press, such as the bench press or the weighted dip. Then select 2 chest isolation movements, such as cable flies and the pec deck, followed by 2 tricep exercises, such as skull crushers and cable pushdowns. Record your performance and aim for gradual improvement without sacrificing form. You want to stay consistent, recover properly, and remember that long-term results come from purposeful training, not random workouts. So train intelligently, remain patient, and allow every repetition to move you closer to a stronger upper body. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Six Pack G. Today, I'm gonna show you guys some push-ups, okay? And these are gonna be all different push-up variations to work different parts of your chest, different parts of your arm. And when you do all these push-ups, you'll gain the strength to be able to increase the amount you can do. And doing these body weight push-ups, which is calisthenics, will also help you lift properly, proper form, heavier weight. It'll help everything increase in terms of endurance, strength, and just your overall vitality. So we're gonna start with normal push-ups. Normal push-ups are where your hands are shoulder width apart, maybe just a tad bit more, fingers spread apart. And what you're gonna do is come down nice and slow to about 90 degrees and come up, okay? I like to inhale as I decelerate, inhale as I extend, right? So as I'm decelerating, inhale, exhale, explode, right? So giving oxygen to my muscles as I'm inhaling, and then I exhale, explode, okay? So get used to breathing that way because that will help with your lifting. But we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. You keep your legs straight, keep your hips pushed forward, keep your back nice and straight. You want to keep the same form as you're doing when you're doing a plank, and that is how you do the perfect push-up. Next up, we have fist push-ups. So it's the same as your standard push-ups like we just did, but these are gonna be done on your fists. And the benefit of doing push-ups on your fists is that it naturally builds some calcium in your knuckles. So, I mean, we don't need to condone any type of violence or anything like that, but if anything ever were to happen and you do fist push-ups, you at least have the strength inside your knuckles so you don't injure your hands. So we'll be on our knuckles, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is how you do fist push-ups. And they hurt. So right now I'm on concrete. That's why I only did 5 instead of 10. If you can be on a yoga mat, that'd be much better. Work your way up to doing it on a hard surface. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next one. All right, guys, these are one of my favorites because at first they're not the best to do because they hurt, but these are called diamond push-ups. You make a diamond with your hands. You can even increase your hands apart just a little bit to give a little less pressure on your wrists because you need to build up the strength in your wrist to be able to do these. But the goal is to have legs apart, okay, just a little bit apart, just like this. They're more apart instead of together. They're apart, and we're making a diamond and we're bringing that right to the center of our chest, okay? So that's gonna be the form on the floor. As you see, coming down, boom, okay? So this is gonna put a lot of pressure on your shoulders, right? Your shoulders, your arms, and your wrists when you come down. As you come up, you are really working your deltoids, your shoulders, but also the triceps. It's really emphasized on the triceps. So this is what will pop your chest, and this is what will increase the strength in your triceps. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same form, pushing your hips forward, keeping your glutes tight, which is your butt, making sure your back and everything is nice and straight, nice and level, and keeping your stomach, your belly button, tenting to your spine. That is how you keep the core engaged, because all of these workouts, all these push-ups are not just for the chest, not just for the triceps, but they are really good for core. All right, guys, for this push-up, we have wide arm push-ups. So wide arm push-ups are going to be a little wider than shoulder width apart. See where my shoulders are? My hands are a little wider. Same form. Your butt is gonna be nice and straight, right? Just like this. This is the side profile, nice and straight. You're coming down and up. That's one, right? So that same form, feet together, hips push forward, glutes are tense, stomach is belly button to the spine, and we're coming down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With every workout, with every push-up, you want to make sure you lock your arms out, okay? The benefit of locking the arms is really emphasizing the triceps. The triceps are the muscle in the back. If you emphasize the triceps, this is what will give you strength to lock out your weights, whether it be bench press, dumbbells, whatever it is. If it starts to get stuck halfway, you're trying to push it up, but you can't push it up, right? You're shaking. What gives you the strength to complete that is the triceps, okay? So that is why locking out your arms is extremely important when you're doing push-ups. It gives you the base foundation that's needed to be able to lift properly. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, now we got wide push-ups. Wide push-ups are very similar to the wide arm push-ups that are like this, except instead of the hands facing forward and fingers spread, we are going to be facing the hands to the side. So our palms are facing each other like this, which means we can go a little bit wider, right? So it's about double the width apart than the wide arm push-ups. And this means that we can't lock out super high, right? That's as far as we can go up. But same form as normal push-ups, we're coming down like that. You see that? That's one. This is going to really develop your chest so it pulls apart, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just like that. Good job. Same form as everything else. Do what you can. I'd rather you do 1 rep of each push-up style and then rest and then do it again. In time, you'll be able to work your way up. The goal is to be able to knock out 50 to 100 of each style of these push-ups straight through. All right, guys, for this push-up, we are going to do diamond to face. This is going to be an advanced push-up, same form as your diamond push-ups. So legs apart, you're going to make a diamond with your hands, just like this, okay? And what we do is instead of coming down to the chest, we're going to put our face into the middle of the diamond. So this means we are working out the tops of our wrists, the tops of our shoulders, like that. Like that. Like that. This is big time arms. It works more the shoulders, more the triceps, instead of the actual chest itself. But this is what will give you the strength to be able to do these heavy weights, to lift properly in the gym without getting hurt. So this is all how you build your natural strength and your natural endurance. These are just a few push-ups to do. I challenge you to do each kind, learn them, and start to build up the strength little by little. I'll see you in the next course.